Hello and welcome to the Calgary Rugby Union. I should say Calgary Rugby Park. We have our first U19 women's matchup between the Ontario Blues and your hosts, the Alberta Wolfpack. It was the Blues who kicked off to the Wolfpack. Blues with the turnover now. First signs of possession for them. Looking for space wide. But it was a knock on one way and a knock on the other. We're going to come back to the original knock on here by the Pack. Little overcast here at the Calgary Rugby Park. It has been a rainy week leading up to it, so the ground will be quite wet, a little bit slippery out there. Not quite used to that in the dry Calgary weather. Johnston here putting the ball in for the Blues. Coming out the blind side. Looking to go wide. And it's picked up by the Pack. Herbert there with the carry. A little bit in behind, a little bit of a messy play back and forth from the Pack, and it's turned over by the Blues. Quick pop. Space is wide, but just cannot connect. And it goes out of bounds. This time for the Wolfpack, putting the ball in for the scrum. Burn there with the put in. And the Blues convert the penalty in the scrum. A dominant showing for the Blue. We do have some Wolfpack players who are slow to get up from that. Blues going for touch, and out it does inside the Wolfpack 22. Just waiting for that ball to come back into the rugby park. I believe this will be Patton with the throw in for the line out. Won by the Blues. Choosing to go for the maul inside the 22, but not making much ground on it as the Wolfpack have a strong defense there. So out to the back they go. Looking for a strong runner, but just out of the reach in behind them. And some great pressure by the Wolfpack causing the turnover. So it's a scrum right on the 22 here for the Wolfpack.
Just out of your way.
Pack setting up on both sides of the scrum. Ontario's 9 choosing to go into the back line. Out it goes, picked up by the flanker for the Blues. Out to the right they go. Blues on the run inside the 22. Not quite stolen in the breakdown. Blues still on the attack. Looking for the tip option. That's Elver. Now out to the left they go. Strong forward runner off the 10. The space is there for the Blues as they keep driving up. They're inside the 5 now. Continuing up they go. A little chip in behind looking for the wingers. And they are in! The Blues put the first points on the board. 5-0 for the Blues. 5 minutes and 30 seconds into this first U19 women's game. I believe that was Galbraith with the little chip in behind. And Rickerby potentially with the try to give her team the 5-point lead. Galbraith setting up the conversion. It's up. Great strike, and through the post it goes. Let's add the 2, making it 7-0 for the Ontario Blues. Reed with the restart here for the Wolfpack. It goes up. Caught cleanly by the Blues. Choosing to attack that right-hand side. But knocked on from the pressure. So Kata there with the knock-on, unfortunately, for the Blues. We'll get a Wolfpack scrum just outside of that 22.
Big scrum pack! Right here.
Byrne with the put in. Scrum getting wheeled. Last time we had a penalty and we see some deja vu there as the Blues get another penalty off the scrum. Galbraith looking to go for touch. Out it goes. Stayed in bounds, but not. The penalty is against the Wolfpack. Unfortunately knocked forward and the person in front caught that ball, so penalty there. And once again, Galbraith called up for the kicking duties, and this one goes straight out of bounds. Right around that 10-meter line. So it's Patton here with the throw in. Choosing to go deep. Out wide to the backs it goes. A little tip off the, that is the 12 there with the tip line. That's Saddington, who's brought down. And another little chip in behind, finding the green space. And it trickles out of bounds. And there'll be a Wolfpack line out. As it found the space before finding the touch. Herbert will be the one throwing it in for the Wolfpack. Stolen by the Blues in the line out. And away they go with a quick attack. That's Douglas on the move. But no support causes holding on penalty for the Wolfpack. Laheed kicking for the Pack. but doesn't look like it's going to find touch, and it's caught by the Blues, and away they go with the great offload, but just cannot connect with the supporting players there. A little bit of a show, a little bit of a go on that one. Big tackle from the Wolfpack on the double hit there. Space is wide once again. Great tackle there by Michaela Lord from the Wolfpack. Galbraith looking for the inside runner. Saddington off the hip. A little tip run to Peyton. And it's turned over, but offside is the call, I believe. So quickly goes the Blues. Once again, a show and go. This is Douglas. Threat with ball in hand. And inside the 22 are the Blues. Looking to try to get some more points on the board, as they're still moving forward, but now penalty for not releasing called on the Blues. Here goes Byrne quickly. Not too sure if they were 10, but Wolfpack still holding on, but looks like it's stolen now. Not releasing on the other side is the call for the Blues. And away they go. Catching a Wolfpack defense, slowly getting back. Big defense there from the Wolfpack. I believe that's McDonald with the hit. Wolfpack under some pressure here. Douglas now with the delivering duties. High tackle will be the call on that one. We do have a Blues player who is down. She does get back up. We are going to be having a little chat with the two referees, the assistant referee and the head referee. Looks like Galbraith wants to go for points on this one, looking for that T and 3 points to add to the scoreboard. Looks like this is actually Jenkins who's going to be kicking, looking for the 3. Remember, it will be live if the kick is missed. It's up, it's high, it is good. We will add those 3 extra points. It is 10-0 for the Ontario Blues. I believe that one actually did hit into the parking lot. It was such a powerful kick, so we're just going to wait for another ball here. Once again kicking for the Wolfpack. Finds space before being scooped up by the Blues. Just out of the reach of that first receiver. Some great defensive pressure from the Wolfpack. We do have a player who is down, slow to get up. Space on the outside though. And this goes right down the sideline. I don't think she's going to get caught. Almost a full field sprint from right. And she's going to touch that one underneath the post, making it 15-0 for the Ontario Blues. Some quick work. Identifying the space wide, identifying the overlap, making the connection, and then the wheels to finish it off from right. Galbraith will be the one kicking the convert here. It's up, it is good. It is now 17-0 for the Blues. .15 minutes and 30 seconds are on the clock. Looks like we do have a little bit of AT work going on in the try zone there. Taking some tape off. I believe that's sat in. Once again, Reed kicking it off for the Wolfpack. Looking to put this one in a little bit deeper. Once again, out to the right they go. That's where they had their success last time. And a great carry by Kata there. Offside, I think, will be the call here on Boswell. Calling in Skurnick, the captain for the Wolfpack, having a chat there.
Do you just want me to stay on here then?
Out it goes.
Hey, get her up there, big steel. Let's go.
Patton with the throw in. Once again, choosing the back jumper, but into the hands of the Wolfpack. Lamanna there. Out to the right they go. Here goes Lord, but just cannot connect, and it's knocked on. Penalty for offside. Blues putting the pressure on there. Forcing that turnover. Here goes the Blues on the attack. Out to Galbraith. Stays just in bounds. That's Jenkins now with the run. Galbraith now wanting to hit it wide. Out it goes to Salmon. And still going down that left-hand side, front runner. Out to the left it goes. Continuing, there is the space, there is a bit of an overlap. Choosing to step back in are the Blues. Taking it to the line and delivering there. Continuing to move down the field is Saddington. Penalty against the Wolfpack for collapsing over, and quick they go. And I believe this Revia is in for the Blues. Time is off at the moment. We do have a Blues player who is down. Getting that reassurance from her teammate there. sure the number of who might actually be down at the moment or what it is looking like for an injury. Does look like it's almost around that ear area though. Hit some blood.
Oh, do I have to mark on the front row?
Like a true rugby player getting bandaged up. I believe that was Saddington, who's got the tape there, number 12. And the kick is good from Galbraith. Clearly got a plane coming over top. I'm sure you can hear that one pretty loud. I believe that's actually not just a regular airplane, that's why it was so loud. Reed once again kicking off for Wolfpack, this time trying to put it short. And I believe it's recovered by the Wolfpack. Out it goes, a little tip to Boswell. On the move go the Wolfpack. Out to the left-hand side here. Lahid sees something that she likes and she finds a gap. Looking for that support from the new player entering the game. That is Graham, who gets over top of that. And a big hit by the Blues. I believe that's Jenkins there with the hit. Boswell now driving her feet. Once again out to Lahid. A little show and go there from Skurnick. But it's turned over in contact. Inside the 22 are the Blues. Continuing to fight through, finding a gap in that Wolfpack defense. And out to the right they go. Out to Saddington. A little bit of a new hairdo there with the tape, but it's knocked on in the offload. So we'll have a scrum here for the Wolfpack. 21 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock.
Coach!
Stay balanced, 6.
Sadden chooses to come out to the right. To Boswell, looks to go to Herbert. Patton is down for the Blues. In behind though. And knock on by the Wolfpack here. So we're going to get a scrum for the Blues.
Number 2, you all good there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Johnson throwing it in the scrum. inside they go with the 8 pick. Johnson now looking for some support. And a penalty here. Not rolling away. Patton once again down for the Blues. Looks like there's some cheers for Thompson getting ready to enter into the game. So Patton does leave the game.
Right here, red or white.
Thompson,
Right here.
who enters in for the Ontario Blues. And she'll be the one throwing it in for the Blues on this lineup. Out it goes to the first receiver. A little bit of a messy play as it's in behind the Blues back line. Coming back to the right they go. Great clear by the Blues, getting quick ball. Saddington with the delivery to Thompson. She gets dragged out of bounds. We're going to get a line out here for the Wolfpack.
Right here.
Just inside their 22.
Right here, blue, on the outside of the white line, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Herbert throwing it in. A little bit of disruption by the Blues. Graham with the carry. Trying to stay inbounds. Wahid now looking to exit, putting that one up high. And out it does go.
Can I see timer?
Yep. I got 3 minutes. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Right here.
Thank you.
Going deep is the option. Out to Galbraith. And Saddington, and a hard run there from the Blues on the tip line. And out the left they still go. Finding some space with the grubber is Galbraith, but caught by Reed. Looking for the offload. Or being brought down. Graham now looking for a little bit of a show to go herself. Blues do that ball, and not releasing is the call. Sport just a little slow to get there for the Wolfpack. And it'll be Galbraith who looks for touch for the Blues.
Ball. Thank you.
Had to get a new rugby ball.
Okay, here we go.
Up it goes, and a maul is the call for the Blues. Once
Use it,
again,
blue!
Wolfpack not letting them get many meters, so out to the backs it's gonna go. Oh, not quite.
Sorry, man.
Bit of a show, little go there herself
Oh, shit.
from Johnston. And now out to the backs it goes. Forward pass though on the tip line.
Yep.
Scrum here for the Wolfpack.
wasn't entirely impactful on your play, but I hear you. Yep. Yeah, it's okay. You have time. You're good. Okay.
Seconds!
Coach!
This time,
Bind!
Wolfpack choose to go to set
Set!
on the right-hand side. One player directly behind the scrum.
Stay at the channel. Use it, use it.
Scrum here from the Blues. Wolfpack able to deliver it, and that's Skurnick with the kick. And it does find touch around that 10-meter line.
Pink, pink. Pink, take us another step over, please. Blue, you can have the line. Ready?
Up for the Blues. Johnson now getting tackled. And out it goes. Saddington now on a run, a very strong runner for the Blues. Dangerous with ball in hand. Seeing her own little gap there, I believe is Alver. Galbraith now, a little bit of a pass, but I believe that's forward from my angle, so space was definitely there, but that support player got a little hungry, and so forward it is, scrum for
This will be last play here.
Wolfpack.
Guys, last play!
Let's use it, girls. Inside, let's go.
Seconds! Seconds!
I'm coming.
Coach! Bind! Set!
Better scrum
No, you
by
should
the
be-
Wolfpack, but it is stolen, and it's going to be an 8 pick. Looking for that support, and it drops out of her hands, but it does go backwards. Stewart, the ball carry, and it's turned over in the breakdown. So now the Wolfpack are on the attack. Loheed taking it out of touch, and that brings us to our halftime as the Ontario Blues lead 24-0 against the home squad of the Alberta Wolfpack. We'll have the second half here coming on up.
Yes. Yeah.
we are. Second half is underway. Reed kicking that one up high for the Wolfpack. Caught by the Blues.
Back up, back up.
Swanee with the carry, with the catch. Out the back they go, and continuing to go down that far side, but just out of the reach of that receiver. And so it is going to be a scrum for the Wolfpack. Wolfpack starting this second half with some energy. Getting some subs in for both squads, I believe. We'll catch those up here.
Coach! Bend! Set! Just came down on this side. You both hit the ground. We're going to reset. Thank you. So from this side, you guys both went down. You need to hold yourself down like this. Stomp your hips lower. And you guys can tighten up the gap if you feel like you're too far apart. It's almost looking like it's getting. Coach! Bend! Set!
Lost there from the Wolfpack, and a penalty for offside is the call. And that's Stewart with the quick tap there. Galbraith now looking to spin this one wide. Having a go is the Blues on the far side. That's Minnis. To a forward pod looking for that inside tip. Out of the reach, and a little kick there from the Wolfpack, and it's picked up by Galbraith. Finding some space in behind that line, and it's a bit of a back and forth soccer match that we're catching here. We do have a player down for the Wolfpack. I believe it is the one who kicked the soccer ball on the initial, or soccer ball, rugby ball I should say. Turned into a soccer match there for a hot second. Inglis, I believe, is the one down for the Wolfpack. Looks like Inglis is going to be exiting the game. We do have a sub here. Sorry, correction, it is Georgia Inglis who does come into the game for the Wolfpack.
Time's back on.
Out to Lord. LeMay is the one out of the game for the Wolfpack. It's stolen by the Blues in the tackle, trying to go out wide once again. But one more offload, it's not forward. And away go the Blues. Johnson delivering to the first pod. Now finding Galbraith. Connects with Jenkins. And out to the right they go. This time Once again, hitting it up close to the first receiver. A tip line is there. Ooh, this is Thompson, who's brought down. Now choosing to come down to the left. Ooh. Ford, I believe, with the carry. Now out they go. A 2v1 opportunity. Looking for the inside pop, but just out of the reach. Douglas with the carry, looking for Simone on that one, but just can't quite connect. Space was there. And so we're going to get a scrum here for the Wolfpack. Wolfpack inside their 22. Better scrum. I believe that's Brown, who has been the one with the delivering duties now, coming in at scrum half. Looking for Bull. Bull kicks that one to the center, but it bounces over the Blues before getting picked up by Rookerberry. Oh, unlucky for right there, just out of her hands, and you can just see the desperation on her face, the disappointment, arms up in the air, getting hungry for her second try. So another scrum here for the Wolfpack. Goes out to Lougheed, finding Bull, who connects with Reed, shoving the defender off of her. She's got the winger now, still has support with Parrish. Over top of that quickly is the Blues. Support there for the Wolfpack. Graham now with the carry, looking to place backwards, but is going to get called for not releasing as the Blues are over top of that one quickly. And now Kira Galbraith looking for touch, and out it goes. What a run by Bull and Reed, connecting on the far side here, or on the close side here. And a great run from the Wolfpack backs. Thompson throwing it in for the Blues. Once again, choosing to go back out wide. Galbraith now looking for her forward pod there. Strong run coming from Kata. Continuing to attack. No, choosing to come back down that left-hand side to Ricketts. And once again, left they go. And a big fend, but a big collision between Boswell and Thompson, and Boswell with another tackle and stole the ball in the connection there. Looking for Reed, looks to kick it out, but it's blocked by Thompson. So we are going to get a line out here for the Wolfpack, but that ball is going to stay inside their 22. You can hear the cheers from the men's Ontario team with the big block. Herbert here with the line out throw, but stolen by the Blues. Now the Blues on the attack inside the 22. Goes to the forward pod. Douglas with the run on that one. Trying to steal in the breakdown is Graham. Galbraith fumbling a ball. Scooped up by the defenders there, not making much ground, and here it goes to Jenkins. Making the move, and big tackle from Sadden. Spaces there. Rickerby on the move. Continuing to try to move forward is Douglas. He'll pick and go. Here goes the forward pod. This is Stewart, but a big defensive play there by the Wolfpack as they push Stewart back. Kata on the move. Spaces to the right. They're going to attack that, but another defensive stand-up by the Wolfpack, defending that 5-meter channel. Back to the left they go. I believe that's Jenkins on the run. Once again, looking for the space wide, and this is Douglas who's going to touch the ball down for the Blues. Massive gap in front of Douglas, screaming her head off. She knew she wanted it. That's going to make it 29-0 for the Blues. 39 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock here. Galbraith lining up her conversion. And that is going to sneak to the right. So we're going to remain 29-0 for the Blues. It was an excellent strike, but as I say, just snuck off to the right a little bit. Reed walking up with the ball. I'm sure she'll be doing the restart. Having a little chit chat with Lahid. Putting this one in a little bit deeper than her last one. Finds a bit of a gap. Herbert with the pressure, but just cannot connect on the tackle. Johnson looking for that back line. Offload there, wonderful offload from the Blues. Gets Kata those extra meters, moving upfield. Continuing to hit up that right-hand side. This time we connect with Wright on the far side, and she makes no mistake, ball in hand. Trekking up that far sideline. Blues with some momentum. Moving forward. To Galbraith they go, and continuing out that back line. Herbert now looking for the far winger. Herbert with the tackle. From one sideline to the other. Here goes Galbraith now, connecting with Jenkins, and a big run from Jenkins. Pushing that defender to the ground, and here's Kata now with another offload, and another offload. Blues looking for that momentum, continuing to punch up the field. And a little kick in from Galbraith before getting tackled to the ground. And I think it's going to be recovered by the Wolfpack. I'm not too sure if Wright was there to touch the ball down. Excellent heads-up play by Galbraith, notifying that there wasn't really anybody back there. Looking for Wright for the kick and the chase in behind, but recovered by the Wolfpack. So we've got Reed, who will be doing the goal line dropout.
Wait there.
This one just outside of that 22, and that's Kata with the catch and the run. Dragging some defenders with her.
Oh, that's fine. Chiefs has that. That's all good.
And it's stolen by the Wolfpack in the breakdown. Wolfpack still with the ball in hand, but looking for a little bit of a wrestling match here between the two. And it's turned over in contact once again right now. A little bit of step, a little bit of in and out, and falls to the floor herself. Jenkins now, once again, sliding those defenders off of her. And a great run here. Looking for the offload. This time it's Stewart with the ball in hand. Brought down by the pack. Galbraith now sees some space wide. Patton now finds Thompson. She's brought down. But a penalty for not releasing as the support just doesn't get there quite in time. Wolfpack get a chance to breathe here. Lougheed looking for touch. Wind is picking up slightly here at the Rugby Park, and that one stays in. Rickerberry with the catch. And a box kick here from Patton. Or sorry, Johnston there. Out to the right to Herbert. And a great double tackle from the Blues. Lougheed once again looking for touch. This time she does find it. Emma Tang coming into the game for the Wolfpack, as well as I believe Eve Starchuk. Exiting the game is Sydney McDonald and Samantha Sadden. Not straight is the call. We're going to get Madeline Brown putting the ball in for the Wolfpack here. Scrum is not set properly and looks like it's on Thompson's side. Just a little bit of a misstep there. As we mentioned, we've been getting quite the bit of rain here in Calgary, and so floor is a little bit wet, a little bit muddy out there, even though it might not look like it. That one goes straight out the back. Third time's a charm here. Putting the ball in, big pressure from the scrum from the Blues. Lougheed connecting with Lord, finding the offload out to Tang, who's going to have a run down that sideline. Looks to connect with inside support, but Wright is right there to turn that over and then turn it over again as she's looking for her own support, but it's scooped up by Reed in the offload there. And so Wolfpack are on the attack. Looking for Graham. Looking for that tip option, keeping the ball in her hands. Support there this time. Lahid off to Boswell, out to Lord, who finds a little bit of some space herself. Herbert. Stolen in the breakdown, though, is Thompson. I believe this is Kata now with the ball in hand. Miscommunication, but Jenkins with the carry. We've seen some big runs from Jenkins earlier today. And Galbraith now out wide to the sideline. They go to right, connecting with her inside. Not brought to ground before making the offload, and now down the sideline go the Blues.
No, from the sideline.
Johnson delivering to Galbraith, I believe. Wolfpack looking for some defensive line, try-line defense here. As the pick and go is on from the Blues as they inch their way forward. Once again, another pick, another drive. Now Johnson looking to find some support out wide.
They'll tell you.
And it's
Substitutions for both teams.
looks like Wolfpack are emptying the bench as well as the Blues. Tons of players coming on, tons of switches, tons of swaps. About 10 minutes remaining in this game. Unfortunately, cannot catch all the players entering and all the players exiting. We'll do what we can, but some great work on both sides of the field. Wright and Kata both exiting the game, as well as Johnson for the Blues. Some names we've been saying quite a bit. And there's Stewart, who drops that one just forward out of her hands on the 22. So we're going to get a 22 scrum here for the Wolfpack. Picking up the ball, looking to go out the back, but just out of the reach of Bull, and Reed jumps on that one, but it's collapsing. On the move goes Bull. Either way, connecting with Lohid, who's brought down, and support's slow to get there. I believe the turnover might be good. Not quite. She does get cleared out. Inglis now on the move. Brown looking for Reed, and now Reed is going to find touch on this one, and out it does. So Blues will get the throw in here. Thompson. As we mentioned, lots of fresh feet, fresh bodies in the game. One more sub. Here we've got McKinnon. Sorry, Ruff coming in. Ruff and McKinnon both entering in. on some substitutions here, so just getting that sorted out with our fourth referee. Next stoppage is when we will get these substitutes to come in, so time is back on. Once again, going to the back. And it's just a little tip, but it's out of the reach of the 9 there. So Wolfpack still moving up the field, putting the Blues on the back foot for a second here. Now it's stolen by the Wolfpack here. Out to Boswell it goes. Moving forward herself. Wahid now choosing to come down to the right. Wolfpack support there in time. Inglis now with the run. Support is there. Going with her. Over top. Brown checking out her options. Finding Rink. Over top. Once again, Wolfpack getting that movement forward here. Lahid looking for her own little go. That one trickles out. Quick ball movement here. Wolfpack inside that 22. But it's stolen by the Blues, and now coming down the left-hand side, some messy play, and that's Bull, who's right there with the pressure.
Release! Back up!
Ontario with the ball, still moving forward. Slowly trying, but somehow the ball ends up on the Wolfpack side. And so there is an advantage for a knock on by the Wolfpack. So we're gonna get a scrum here for Ontario Blues, right in front of their posts. Now our substitutes are going to be coming in. We've got McKinnon and Ruff entering the game. Jenkins heading out. As well as Douglas. So some great players for the Blues exiting out. 8 pick they do. And now they're looking for the clear out. Reed with the catch. She chooses to come out that right-hand side looking to connect. I believe that's Parrish. Just out of her reach. And unfortunately knocks that one on. Getting some attention from the athletic therapist. Coming out to the left-hand side, a little tip there. Once again, keeping that ball alive. Moving forward are the Blues. Thompson, who goes out the back to the support, but a great tackle there by Joseph, who reads that one. Blues keep possession of the ball. Thompson, bit of a 9 there. Looking for the pass. Keeping her feet alive, moving forward. Blues calling for the ball both sides, now choosing to go to the left. Oh, unfortunate knock on there though by the Blues. First receiver on the far side saw the space, wanted to attack it.
Mark's just over to your right. Can you ask him where that speaker went? They do have a mic that theoretically we can plug into, but I don't know what you do with the speaker.
Lahid here on the move. But Hedges now through that breakdown somehow. Another pick here from the Wolfpack. Continuing to drive forward. There's going to be a penalty for collapsing over, and Wolfpack are going to quick tap. Here goes Brown. Out to Graham, and a big collision there from the Blues. Reading that one quickly. Wahid getting her forwards to go in for the pick and drive. Looking for another pick, another drive here. Blues now pushing the Wolfpack back. Wahid now. A little bit of a kick or pass to Bull. Keeping the ball alive, trying to get out to that wide side. This is Graham. But Jenkins with her hands on it, but not rolling away is the call. Show and go from Brown. Once again, the pick and drive is continuing for the Wolfpack here. Rink now being told to get her hands off of it as the backs want that one to go wide. And a big hit. Show and go from Bull. She's trying to get in herself, just short of the try line there. All desperation here from the Wolfpack. Graham now, little step inside. I think once again she's also short of the try line there. I think held up is going to be the call. There's 59 seconds on the clock. It's a goal line drop. Last minute, here we go. Blues with the goal line. And knocked on is the Wolfpack, unfortunate. So we are gonna get a scrum here for the Blues. You can see the excitement on their face. We hear the siren. Vanden Hoek, I believe. Scrum is won, but it is fairly dominant by both squads. Some great pressure here, but penalized for offside are the Wolfpack, and away go the Blues. They're going to try to get one last try before the end of this game. Reed trying to find Brickenberry, but that one gets kicked out of bounds, and that is a great effort by both teams. Some celebration by the Ontario Blues as they take this first matchup in the U19 Women's Canadian Rugby Championship 29-0 against the host Alberta Wolfpack. As we mentioned, some great effort on both sides, some big tackles, some big kicks, open space, wonderful offloads. Both teams will be headed to the drawing board as they will be taking off tomorrow. And then Ontario will be hitting the field on Wednesday. And Thursday we'll see our Alberta teams back in action. Up next we'll have the Quebec men against the Atlantic men, kicking off at 2 o'clock. And then at 4 o'clock we'll have the Quebec women kicking off against the Atlantic women. So some great rugby still to come, and some excellent rugby still in the week leading up. So as we see both teams shaking hands, we will get our white hat ceremony. All captains were invited to the white cap ceremony held at the Calgary Olympic Oval. And as tradition stands, we will have the white cap ceremony for the players of the game. One from the from the Alberta Wolfpack and one from the Ontario Blues. So here we see number 13, Madison Minnis, receiving her player of the game hat. And then we have number 10 from the Alberta Wolfpack, Tatum Lahid. Congratulations to both teams. And both teams, as I said, heading to the drawing board, looking forward to that next game that they will be competing in, whether it's on Wednesday or Thursday. All right, we will be signing off until the next game here happening at 2 o'clock. Thank you very much.